Have you ever felt that pressure to be happy all the time? You're not alone. A recent survey found that 85% of people believe they should always be cheerful, leading to a constant chase for joy. But here's a shocking fact. Studies show that this relentless pursuit of happiness can actually make you more unhappy. In fact, research from the University of California found that people who focus too much on happiness are often less satisfied with their lives. It turns out that trying to be happy all the time creates stress and pressure, leading to anxiety and disappointment. So why does this happen? The answer lies in understanding that happiness is not a permanent state, it's a fleeting feeling. Expecting to be happy every moment can leave you feeling exhausted and empty. In this video, we will explore the surprising truth behind happiness. You'll discover why embracing all your emotions, both the good and the bad, is essential for true fulfillment. We'll dive into practical strategies that will help you find peace and resilience in a world that demands constant cheerfulness. Get ready to challenge what you think you know about happiness. It's time to unlock the secrets of a balanced, fulfilling life. Chapter 1. The Happiness Trap. Why chasing joy makes you unhappy. The more we chase happiness, the further away it seems to get. You might think that constantly seeking out positive feelings will lead to a better life, but research shows otherwise. Studies have found that people who prioritize happiness actually report lower well-being and more stress. A 2011 study from the University of Denver revealed that the pressure to be happy all the time can leave people feeling disappointed when they don't live up to their own expectations. The happiness trap is real. So, how do we break free from it? The key lies in shifting our mindset. Rather than chasing happiness, aim to live in the present moment. Mindfulness techniques, like taking a few minutes each day to focus on your breathing, can help. Harvard research found that people spend nearly 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they're doing. This wandering mind is often linked to unhappiness. By staying present, you can start to feel more content with what is happening right now, rather than constantly striving for something else. Here's another strategy. Recognize that happiness is a byproduct, not a goal. Instead of asking, "How can I be happier?" ask yourself, "What small, meaningful actions can I take today?" Purpose-driven actions, like helping a friend, finishing a project, or learning something new, are often the real sources of happiness. Chapter 2. Embracing the spectrum. Why negative emotions are necessary. Society teaches us to avoid sadness, anger, or frustration, but here's the truth. Negative emotions have value. They serve a purpose, and when you try to push them away, you miss out on important lessons. In fact, the famous psychologist Carl Jung once said, "What you resist, persists." The more you try to avoid uncomfortable feelings, the more they stick around. Here's a surprising fact. A study published in Psychological Science found that people who allow themselves to experience a full range of emotions, including the negative ones, have better psychological health. Suppressing emotions can actually make them stronger and harder to deal with later on. The strategy here is to lean into discomfort. Instead of fighting negative feelings, try acknowledging them. For example, if you're feeling anxious, name the emotion and accept that it's part of the human experience. Then, give yourself permission to feel it without judgment. Studies show that labeling your emotions can reduce their intensity by up to 50%. It's a simple trick, but incredibly effective. Another helpful approach is journaling. Writing down your thoughts and emotions can help you process them, rather than letting them build up. Don't just focus on the good stuff. Write about what's bothering you too. This practice can lead to greater emotional clarity and resilience over time. Chapter 3. Happiness is a byproduct, not a goal. Focus on fulfillment instead. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, "I'll be happy when." But have you ever noticed that when you finally reach those goals, the happiness doesn't last? That's because happiness isn't something you can capture, it's a byproduct of living a fulfilling life. Viktor Frankl, the famous psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, wrote that, "Happiness cannot be pursued. It must ensue." So how do you focus on fulfillment instead of chasing happiness? Start by aligning your actions with your values. What really matters to you? Is it creativity, connection, personal growth? When you live in alignment with your core values, happiness follows naturally. For example, a study from the University of California found that people who pursued meaningful goals, like building relationships or contributing to their community, reported higher life satisfaction than those who simply pursued pleasure. Another strategy is to shift your mindset from instant gratification to long-term growth. In a world full of quick fixes and instant rewards, we're conditioned to seek happiness in the short term. But real fulfillment comes from pursuing goals that require time, effort, and persistence. Think of it like planting a garden. The joy isn't immediate, but the rewards are lasting. One practical way to cultivate fulfillment is by practicing gratitude. A study published in the Journal of Positive Psychology found that people who regularly reflect on what they're thankful for tend to experience more positive emotions and feel more satisfied with life. The trick is to focus on small, everyday moments, like a good conversation or a delicious meal, rather than waiting for something big to make you happy. If you're finding these insights helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more practical tips on living a fulfilling life. Chapter 4. The Myth of Always On: How Rest and Reflection Lead to Real Joy. We live in a world that glorifies hustle. Productivity is seen as the key to success, and many of us feel guilty if we aren't constantly doing something. But here's the reality: rest is essential to feeling fulfilled and happy. Research from the University of Illinois has shown that taking regular breaks improves focus, creativity, and overall well-being. It turns out that happiness isn't about staying busy all the time. It's about knowing when to slow down. The always-on mindset can lead to burnout and even depression. One of the best strategies to combat this is to schedule intentional downtime. This could be as simple as setting aside 15 minutes a day for quiet reflection, reading a book, or going for a walk without distractions. Another way to incorporate rest is through digital detoxing. A 2018 study from the American Psychological Association found that constant phone use increases stress and lowers life satisfaction. Try setting boundaries with technology, turn off notifications, limit social media time, or dedicate certain hours of the day to be phone-free. You'll be surprised how much calmer and more content you feel. Reflection is another tool for joy. Taking time to look back on your day or week helps you identify patterns in your emotional life. Ask yourself, what brought me joy today, and what drained my energy? This simple practice of reflection will help you focus on the actions and experiences that truly add value to your life. Chapter 5. The Power of Acceptance: Finding Peace in Imperfection. One of the biggest reasons people feel unhappy is that they're constantly trying to control everything. But life is messy, unpredictable, and often outside of our control. Instead of fighting against this, radical acceptance can lead to peace. The renowned psychologist Marsha Linehan, creator of dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, defines radical acceptance as accepting reality for what it is, without judgment. What's the strategy here? Stop striving for perfection. Instead, practice accepting both the good and the bad. A 2014 study published in Psychological Science found that people who practiced acceptance had better emotional well-being and experienced fewer symptoms of depression and anxiety. By letting go of the need for things to be perfect, you can reduce stress and open yourself up to more joy. Another practical tool is self-compassion. Many of us are harder on ourselves than we would ever be on someone else. Dr. Kristen Neff, an expert in self-compassion, found that people who treat themselves kindly are less likely to experience depression and more likely to bounce back from failures. Next time you make a mistake, try saying, "It's okay. I'm human, and I'm doing my best." This shift in mindset can have a profound effect on your mental health. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging reality and then working with it. If you're facing a challenge, instead of wishing things were different, ask, "How can I work with what I have?" This mindset not only reduces frustration but also helps you make progress in a healthier, more sustainable way. If you enjoyed these insights and want to learn more about living a balanced life, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips and strategies.